I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Nadia Tahiri. She is finalizing her postdoc research in machine learning at the University of Montreal, and her research interests cover deep learning, particularly in the application of AI in public health, the development of new algorithms, and diagnostic diseases from medical image processing. She obtained her doctorate in computer science from the University of Quebec in Montreal in 2018, and she is the recipient of several awards and scholarships. She's currently in the process of setting up her own research laboratory for her position as an assistant professor, and she is very involved in community initiatives that promote women in technology and make AI more inclusive as an active member of ACM Canadian Celebration of Women in Computing, ambassador of Women Tech Makers in Montreal, and organizer of GDG Montreal. So with that, we welcome Dr. Tahiri.
Thank you so much for this kind of introductions. Thank you for the organizer team to having me here and everyone. Today I would like to present the contractually structure-activity relationship, one of my projects I did during my postdoc in University of Montreal. The next slide, please. Here, just an overview, a quick summarize about me. I know Miriam gave a nice introductions, but you know what I would like to give you here. Before 2007, I was in France, studied in University of Burgundy and University of Paris. After that, I moved here in Canada. Great place to live. And I mostly study in UQAM. And in the same time, I work like everyone as a student. And also, I was very intrigued for the community. And is in Montreal, I know I will be involved for many communities, such as Women Tech Maker Ambassador, GDG Montreal. What I would like to say is very important to be a part of your community during your work or during your study. Why? Because it's a very good way to learn with your community, to create your own networking, and to find passions and more. So very important for each one here to be part of your community. Next slide, please. So now I will introduce you very briefly my project. Here is an overview of the pipeline we use and develop. The most important to know in this slide is the importance of the dataset. The dataset, it's very hard to find the dataset, so we have a master student collect on the literature. This dataset is composed of SMILES. What is a SMILES? You can see on the left figure the component. This smile represents a string that represents the dimensionality of the molecule with symbolic representations. For one molecule, we have many descriptors. What is descriptor? Is the information contained by the molecule. We can denote a number of carbon, number of oxygen, the representation of 2D and a 3D molecule. We have also descriptor of functionality, for example, salinity, crystallinity, molecular weight, etc., so on and so forth. Here is very important, because we use a variable selection, is a MOS software, and the MOS software collect thousands of descriptors. To avoid the overfitting, we need to create a feature selection. It's very, very important. To hyperparameter, you tune your model, remove a redundant feature for data cleaning and data curation. the rest of this figure is a well-known pipeline, so I don't want to explain in detail. If you have any questions about that, just feel free to ask me during the sessions. But what is here is most important. The second part is when you split your data and you have a training and a test set. But again, the most important and the most difficult part, I will repeat, is the data set and the cleaning data set. We develop a 10 regression model and choose the best one. But like I said, the rest of the algorithms is well known. Next slide, please. Here you can ask me why you develop these algorithms. We develop this algorithm for two cases of study. The first one is the predictions of the transfer of chemical through lactations. The second one is the predictions of the transfer of chemical across the placenta. This study is very important and is a big step of toxicology field. We can see the traditional approach is time consuming, is very expensive, and limited by practical and ethnical considerations. Here on the background, on the left, you can see some results. I published one paper on SOT. It's a Society of Toxicology, the last year. It gives a good result. And the front end, you can see the image when you can more understand the impact of the project. The project is very, we can determine which drug can be taken during lactations or during pregnancy and which molecule cannot be taken without consequences for the child. This is, in my sense, is very important and helps the community and help the public health. Next slide, please. So, in conclusion, your QSA model show a good result, good precision for the placenta transfer of chemical and drugs. This is very hard part. Like I said before, we need to collaborate. We need to have a more data set, and the model is very well-known, established on the community. So predicting the placenta transfer using a QSA analysis will help a quantity fetal exposure to environmental chemical based on material plasma level. The next slide, please. Here, I would like to thank, I know it's a very short instead of my previous speaker, but I will take a time to thank everyone here